Okay, welcome to a Sense of Humor, all you million viewers and followers and subscribers. We have another video with Daniel today. And I'm just gonna say from the beginning, I don't know too much about this house, and this is gonna be mostly Daniel's video. He's gonna explain and go through the house and the bottles, and I might chime in a little bit here and there.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for having me on. So I, like a couple of you guys, have woken up to this incredible brand called Precious Liquid. The owner is Richard Herpin, who has been a master perfumer for 25 years. He is best known for doing a little fragrance that goes by the name Oud Wood. I don't know if you know, by Tom Ford or something like that. But
Tommy Ford, I think.
Oh, that's what.
Tommy Hilfiger, I think.
Right,
They're
it was
related.
a Hilfiger fragrance.
Yeah.
So he did Oud Wood by Tommy Hilfiger. But anyway, he's got his own brand called Precious Liquid, and I've seen the other work he's done, and it's great. But then you look at what he's done for his own collection, and you're like, oh, okay. He's putting the best of the best in his own brand, as he should. And I think this particular collection, what he's calling a limited collection, is really exciting stuff. And as you can see, we got a couple bottles here. We're gonna do.
These are new or actually upcoming?
There's 3 brand new ones. He just launched 1, 2, 3 here as part of the Aqua collection. So we'll go through those. They just dropped, so they're only like a month or 2 old. And the others are maybe like a year old now. So it's all relatively new. And it's a second line that he's put out. He had an original collection called the Classic Collection, and it's just a completely different style than what these are. And actually, I thought we'd start there because that's where he came from. It would give us some background, and I've got just 2 or 3 of them here. I'll show you.
I like the name of the house as well.
Precious Liquid, yeah, why not? All right, I'll give you this to smell. You can let me know how that makes you feel.
I have tried all these, right?
Have you?
No, okay. I'm asking if I...
I'm not sure if you
Okay.
have.
I mean, through you.
This is called Mandarin, plain and simple, just Mandarin. And it is a really crisp, woody Mandarin. It's very green.
I actually like it. It's green.
It's a green Mandarin.
It's different than Mandarino, for sure.
It's not quite juicy.
Yeah.
It's still quite woody, green.
Very green.
Very fresh though. It's very beautiful. Next one is Neroli Musk, which is another like neroli scent, and I've never been the hugest neroli fan. However, this is so pleasant, so light, clean, billowy. The musk is very present. I actually find it's more musk than neroli. But for like a room spray, a linen spray, a Sunday cologne, this is just lovely.
I think we just talked about in another video that you usually don't like neroli, and I usually like neroli, so I'm really loving it.
Yeah. I mean, it's just so wearable. It's so polite.
I don't know if I get the musk yet, or I can pinpoint it out, but yeah, neroli wise.
And finally, from the original collection, this is just one more I want to show you. This is actually the one that I started with. And so it was the first time I encountered Precious Liquid, and it really spoke to me. This is called Rose Blanche. Shout out to you, Manny. But this is just lovely. This is a creamy, woody rose, specifically a white rose. I think he used Lily of the Valley in there as well, just to add a little bit more of that white floral opulence.
Very feminine?
I don't find it
all
that feminine.
Okay.
You know, it's a rose, it's fresh, it's floral, so
Agree to disagree?
it would be amazing on ladies.
Okay.
But I think as far as rose scents go, there's quite a bit in here that can be very unisex. Maybe it's also like on skin is going to be a little different than what we're trying on
I
paper.
mean, rose is hard to be masculine, but there's still like ombre nomad. Or
Agree
like,
to disagree. There's so many masculine roses out there, but I digress.
All right.
We are here to talk about these though, and I show you those first because they're very natural and very simple and very honest kind of perfumes. And that's what really struck me about the brand. Sort of in this age of like maximalism we're in, there was just something so refined and clean and elegant about the original. Yeah, just the simplicity, just doing like very true to form, even you could say photorealistic in some, like the Mandarin, for example. But he has pulled out some of the big guns for his limited collection. We've got a new bottle shape and design. These are 75 mils for $275. And this is, I think, what is more in the vein of, the niche trend of bigger scents, bigger personalities, more out there, more outgoing, compliment getters, all of that jazz. So let's start with this one right here. This is called Blue Agave, and it is a salty lime driftwood aquatic fragrance. And what I like about Blue Agave, it is, in all intents and purposes, like a blue DNA. You know, it's nothing new.
The name says it all.
We've been smelling stuff like this since the 2000s. However, this is smoky. It has a incense bay leaf undertone that add all of this smokiness. And I think smoke, whether it's birch tar or incense or oud or whatever, is one of the mainstays of like modern niche perfume, is these smoky elements. So to pair something smoky with something salty and juicy, like my mouth waters when I smell this. Like it activates my saliva glands. This was originally launched in the original collection called Blue Agave. It was so good, such a top seller of his, that he amped it up and doubled the concentration of the perfume oil for the limited collection. So this is like Blue Agave on steroids essentially, and the original already lasted like 7 hours on my skin, which is nuts for a marine fragrance.
Like on a first try, I would say it's a very interesting take on Acqua Oud, like Profumo kind of DNA, and making it much more mature.
Yeah, it's dressed up. Again, it's nothing like shockingly new, but it's very high quality. And it's like really well blended, and I can smell the lime really authentically in there. Lime is always
lime. Now since you pointed out,
yeah, it's not lemon. We're not talking Mandarin right now. This is lime. It's agave. It's salt and driftwood. Next up, we have Aqua Oud, and I love the color of this one. I don't know if it'll really show up on the video right now, but it's this lovely golden, almost yellowish color, which
reminds me of zoologist rhino.
Or bat, even not as yellow as bat, but yeah, rhino.
We don't talk about bat on this channel. I'm just kidding.
He smelled my bat earlier. He's like, I don't know why anyone would do this, but
I smelled it before many times.
Okay. So this is Aqua Oud, and I have the page right here.
Interesting.
It says, Aqua Oud is a head turner, a great wave of woody freshness. It is driven from the back with patchouli absolute, moss, ambergris, vetiver, red seaweed, and oud, giving it great sustenance. The opening is an explosion of bergamot, lime, pink pepper, pineapple, melon, tumor pepper, fresh watery marine notes, and driftwood. So there's a lot going on in this, and actually some fruitiness, which I wasn't really expecting. Melon and pineapple of all things. What a powerful and long-lasting trail. You will leave a great impression, and even shy people will ask you what scent you're wearing. His personality really shines through, actually. Him and his wife own the brand, and I know that they work on this together, and I just love how you can get a sense of like their style, their charisma when you read the descriptions. Sometimes the descriptions are so austere and so like serious, but you know, these are not necessarily that.
I don't want to say it, but it's coming to my mind as a thought, so I'm just gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it's a clone. I would say like 30. I wouldn't even say 30%. I would say there's 20% of Credoventus.
Yeah,
and
Credoventus.
And I'm not even saying that's what they're going for. I'm just saying if I had like it's just a thought that came to my head.
You know what? He's got another one in this line called Salt and Pepper. I don't have it, but that's actually one that I think is going a little bit more the Creative Mentis route.
Yeah.
When I'm smelling this, surprisingly, now that I've read the notes and they're all top of mind, I'm getting a seaweedy quality. Like I am getting this sort of marine, salty, umami vibe.
I know you get me. I don't want anybody out there to get the wrong. I'm not saying this is trying to be it. I'm not saying it's a clone. I just because of pineapple and whatever. A hint of it is in there.
And I'm not even sure I'm pulling out too much pineapple right now. Maybe that's something that's
Not too much.
in the heart.
That's why I said 20%, not even 30%. That's why I even backed away from
it's
that.
a nice one, and it's got still, like, despite its spiciness and saltiness, there's a lot of smoothness in there.
It's a little bit aquatic.
Yeah. All right, that's Aqua Oud. I think it's gonna be a huge seller. It reads, in my opinion, a little bit on the mature side.
Oh, it has aqua in its name. Okay.
Yeah, it's Aqua Oud.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's definitely like part of the Aqua collection.
It is an aqua.
I see it for like men. I don't think boys are really gonna vibe with this. It's not like a teenage fragrance. Probably like 30 plus.
Is this smoky? Is there tobacco in here?
No, there's some tobacco a little bit later, and the first one is some smoke.
Okay.
I don't know if this one's all that smoky, but there is vetiver, which is dry and sometimes has a little bit of smokiness in there.
And the moss.
And some spices. And finally, in the new aquatic collection, he has Turquoise Waters. Again, this is another
Beautiful
one with
color.
such a great color. I love his use of dye. You don't always see it. I love it in Zoologist. I love it here.
Zoologist. Like squid is like
It tells the story, you know, like Turquoise Water. Yes, make it the color of the Caribbean. And with this fragrance, I think he wanted to do something really unisex. This is floral, it's fruity, it's juicy, it's fresh. I was wearing this one at a wedding the other day, and I got a couple unsolicited compliments.
Is there melon in here?
Let me see.
I know there was in the one before.
It's pear.
Oh, that's what it is.
Turquoise Water, inspired by the Caribbean waters, fresh and pure transparency with smooth white coral sand under your feet. The opening is a juicy fresh pear, coconut water, lemon zest, and cool marine watery notes. The heart is composed of honeysuckle, green jasmine, and white freesia, so quite a white floral heart. And clean musky base is enhanced with driftwood, sandalwood, vanilla, and vetiver. So it's a little sweet. It's like a sweet aquatic with florals and fruitiness.
My favorite so far.
I think it's great. It's a little bit 90s, you know, it's a little bit like 90s aquatic sweet vibe, but again, like so much better than any other 90s style perfume I've tried.
It's something that's done many times, but it's done very well in this instance, and it's good.
Would you agree it's unisex? Like, could you see this
on
a lady?
Yeah. For
It's,
sure, 100%.
it still maintains this like sophistication for sure. And the pear is something I'm really excited about. I love the note of pear. And honeysuckle I don't get to see very often in like men's fragrances or even unisex fragrances. It's not a note I see a whole lot of.
Let's see if the next two can beat this.
I think it's great. So next up we have Tobacco Royale. Oh my gosh. This has been out now for like a year and a half. A couple of you will know it. This put me right on my ass. I remember first smelling this and I like had to take a seat. It was so exciting, and like Herod, Tobacco Vanille, like Side Effect, all of those classic tobacco. Spice Bomb. Okay. Fuck Spice Bomb. Like this leveled the playing field, and it quickly became as important to me in the tobacco sphere as these other tobacco scents. Like just in the air alone, like the sillage is wonderful. Oh my god, okay. I'll let you take that for a sec.
Is there vanilla in here?
I'm gonna read it to you.
Okay.
Tobacco Royale starts with a smooth combination of warm spices. The intensity of the Tobacco Absolute is right there. Beautiful notes of apricot, rich, dripping Devida, and Broom Absolute. Broom is a yellow floral that has a very honeyed quality. So Broom Absolute gives sustain the heart of the fragrance.
I hope this is earthy.
Vanilla infusion, yes. Cistus amber and tonka beans ensure that the fragrance staying power will go until the next day. It's got great longevity, and it's intensely fruity, sweet, even a little bit syrupy. I think the broom and the apricots add this like nectar-like quality. Oh my gosh, it's just beautiful.
You know, in another video you talked about like a library kind of vibe.
Mm-hmm.
This has like a museum kind of vibe.
Museum?
Yeah. I don't know.
What?
That's even a thing.
What installation are you witnessing at the museum when you smell this?
I don't know.
Is it the dinosaurs or some like prehistoric thing?
I don't know. I don't know where that came from, but it came from somewhere, and I said
It's a night at the museum with Tobacco Royale. I think the name is suiting. This is so like upscale smelling. It smells so special. Like I would wear this one on a really special occasion. It's not like an everyday casual scent. It just smells too special for that.
I can't put my finger on what it reminds me of, but yeah, it's really good. If I had to I was gonna keep my favorite one and compare these two, and they're so different to I like this one over this because this is like a summery nice scent. This is like the winter, so can't even compare which one's better. But these two are definitely bangers.
I think you guys, if you've not tried this one, it is a must try for anyone who's into tobacco, but also like fruity scents as well. Yeah, things that are deep and rich and sweet spicy, you will love it. And finally, we have Oud Symphony, another like really unique take on an oud scent here.
Last but not least.
So this one is my boyfriend's favorites. I gave him a little sample of this and he just
Where is he?
Lit up. He lives in Amsterdam of all places.
Amsterdam.
So far away. I miss him. Hi Bruce. Okay, so this is Oud Symphony. I'm gonna read it to you. Oud Symphony begins with a juicy fruits including passion fruit, black currant, rum, and osmanthus flower that presents an intense oud. It's also right there combined with rose absolute and jasmine sambac. The intensity of the oud lingers all day with added notes of incense, praline, tonka bean, honey absolute, and patchouli.
Honey, that's it. That's what's in here.
This is another one that's just like decadent. Like I'm chewing through this fragrance in the best way possible. It's not worlds apart from Tobacco Royale. Yeah, it's good, eh? And that passion fruit is another really unique twist to put on oud. Like oud, passion fruit, black currant, honey, rose, incense.
Do you remember what my favorite was the first time around, off camera?
Yeah,
It wasn't this one.
You liked Turquoise Waters right off the bat, and then you were blown away by this, and then I showed you that, and you're like, okay, actually this one takes the cake. It's a nice one for sure.
Oh, it's so different.
And again, the longevity on these is fantastic.
These are EDPs, right?
Those are Eau de Parfum.
Okay.
I would have to get the proper breakdown from Richard. I think they're even a little bit higher than 20%. Because it's a sliding scale. Like it can be classified as EDP if it's between this and that kind of thing. So
like I would know that.
It's a little bit ambiguous sometimes. But yeah, I get great longevity even with the fresh fragrances. Yeah, I like. We made a video a little bit earlier talking about a Tom Ford scent. We talked a little bit about performance issues, and you spend $500 on a TF, and sometimes the performance is not there. Sometimes it is, but it's a little bit hit and miss with that brand these days. This is hit after hit after hit after hit, and
with a much safer price point.
With a safer price point, a bigger size. I think the prestige of the way the bottles look and present themselves are phenomenal.
Niche.
They read luxury. I love the caps too, like this sort of twisted metal shape.
In an East Indian
Eastern kind of a hint of that. I'm so happy. I can't wait for you guys to try these. If you guys are interested in decants, I can also help you out there. Because I've been in partnership with Richard for a little while now. so we can chat about decants and getting some samples out to the community. I think that'd be great.
He's got the plug.
And that's the Precious Liquids review. Really glowing things to say. Y'all know I keep it very straightforward and 100. And if I had anything bad to say about these, I would, because I want to keep it honest. But I yet to find anything I dislike about the performance, the presentation, the scent quality, the personality, the uniqueness. It's all just performing at this level for me.
Oh, you can just tell by the enthusiasm reeking out of you that you really like this, and it's obviously you love it because it's good.
They're compliment getters too. I've gotten like great reviews, great compliments. Again, I've given my boyfriend samples. He's worn them and gotten compliments in his world, and he's quick to tell me whenever like people have nice things to say about them because he knows that I'd be happy to hear it. So that's been the case with Oud Symphony and Tobacco Royale specifically. So yeah, I think in the summer these three are going to be over for you guys.
I just want to point out really quick before I end the video that a lot of videos, like you see me say, it's not for me. I don't really like that. I'm not just being nice, saying, giving positive like feedback to all of these. I was ready to be like, if I didn't like something, I was just straight up like, no, this is not. I would never. Sorry, but no, they were all really good. And
I actually think this might be the most challenging so far of what we have up here.
Well, I'm not even saying they weren't challenging and they were like very basic. It's just like some were challenging, but I just really happen to love them.
Do you want to try on a spray of the Oud Symphony?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do a little spray.
Okay. With that, thank you for watching Sense of Humor, and go try out Precious Liquids.
Bye guys.